So a lot of people ask me about intermittent fasting and whether I do it as well. And the answer is yes, I do intermittent fasting every single day. Now, I'll give you an example. This morning I was in a hotel, obviously doing this shoot today, and I had breakfast. And I'm not used to having breakfast as early as 9 o'clock. And to be honest, I feel terrible. I feel really, bloated, and I feel heavy, and I really wish I stuck to my normal regime of not having breakfast and at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock when I'm actually hungry, because this morning I wasn't hungry at all. One of the benefits of intermittent fasting is when you go to sleep at night, your body goes into sleep mode, and it effectively goes into a service station, and it starts fixing cells, getting rid of free radicals, it burns fat, it repairs muscle tissue. And to do that, your body requires human growth hormone, IGF-1, and it also needs testosterone. So you get a release of these natural hormones when you're sleeping. Now, when you wake up in the morning, these hormones are still bubbling around your body, and you're still in fat burning mode, you're still in muscle building mode until you eat something. So if you refrain from eating, you're obviously going to be burning fat for longer, and you're obviously going to be building muscle for longer, which is a huge benefit. Intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet go hand in hand. When you are on the ketogenic diet, you won't be hungry. Like this morning, for example, I had breakfast because it was there. It was very nice, but did I want it? I could have gone a few more hours without it. One thing that I would definitely recommend to anyone watching this is, first of all, ascertain what body type you are. There's 3 main body types. Some people are endomorphs, ectomorphs, or mesomorphs. I'm sure everyone can think of some person that can eat whatever they want. They can eat McDonald's, they can eat chips, and they'll be stick thin. Now that's an ectomorph. They're typically taller people, and they'll also find it very difficult to put on muscle. So you might see an ectomorph in the gym eating whatever they want, and they just simply can't put muscle on. Endomorph is someone that finds it very difficult to lose weight. They only have to look at a Mars bar or a Snickers bar and they put on 2 pounds, and they find it inherently difficult to, get fit, lose significant weight, and keep it off, most importantly. Now, the last one, which is the most popular one, if you could have a choice, is a mesomorph. A mesomorph is someone that can put on muscle very easily and also maintain muscle very easily. So even if they starve themselves for a few days, they would hold their shape and they'll hold all their muscle. So first of all, ascertain what body type you are. And of course, if you are an ectomorph and you want to put on some muscle, a ketogenic diet isn't going to be ideal for you, because primarily it's going to get you very slim. And if you're looking to get bigger, getting slim is not going to be right for you. How do I know exactly what body type I am? Now, all I have to ask you is a very simple question. Do you find it easy to lose weight? If the answer is yes, undoubtedly you'll be an ectomorph. If you find it very difficult to lose weight, then that will be an endomorph characteristic. Do you find it easy to put on muscle? And when you build muscle, do you maintain it? Or do you lose it quickly? If you were to build muscle very quickly, maintain that muscle without any problems whatsoever, undoubtedly you'll be a mesomorph. Don't be cornered into thinking that you would be one body type and one body type only. Everyone can be a mixture. And people's metabolisms change as well as we get older. It's said that for every year that we age, we can lose a pound of muscle and gain 2 pounds of fat. You can reverse the signs of aging with effective diet and effective exercise. I'm 41 years old, and every year that I've got older, it's been the opposite for me. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I know that when I'm 42, I'll be in even better shape, because I'll keep on training hard, I'll keep on focusing on my nutrition and make sure that sign of aging is not going to happen to me. If I've trained with carbohydrates and I've trained in the ketogenic diet, you lose a minimal amount of strength. Now, I'm not a power lifter, I'm not entering any strongman competitions, so for me to lose maybe a fraction, 5% of my strength is not really going to upset me too much. But one thing that can happen is that you won't have as much longevity and endurance with your workouts, and that's due to the lack of glycogen in your muscles. But one thing you can do to remedy that is use a source of creatine. Creatine, as you probably may know, will give your muscles some extra energy, a little bit of extra power. And what you're lacking in glycogen, you can simply replace it with creatine, a creatine supplement, and you will get that same volumized muscle effect, and also you'll get that extra power in the gym if that's what you want. I've had clients that have tried the ketogenic diet in the past and they've said, "Oh Dan, it was 12 o'clock midnight, There was nothing to eat. I was in a petrol garage, so I had to have a sandwich, some crisps, and a can of Coke. And I said, well, obviously that's what appeared to be the only choices there. And this is a little tip that I can give you. If it's late at night and if you are in a petrol garage, most petrol garages nowadays will serve you some boiled eggs. You can get packs of boiled eggs, so you could eat them, which will give you the fat and the protein and no carbohydrate. There's even something called a chicken on a stick, which it would be a lean protein. There's not too much fat on there, but in terms of the ketogenic diet, what's important is that you stay away from the carbs and stay away from anything that will trigger a high insulin response. Even things like beef jerky, as long as you avoid the barbecue sweet beef jerky, always look on the back of the packet to look at the carbohydrates and the sugar. If the carbohydrate and the sugar is low, then that's a good one to have. One of my favorite, if you're a lover of crisps, try eating pork scratchings instead as a good substitute, which you know will keep you in ketosis. Is not bad after all. And another thing that you're guaranteed to find in any petrol garage or any shop wherever you're going is nuts. You can even have salted nuts, because as I mentioned earlier, when your body is running with low levels of insulin, you're going to lose salt very quickly. So it's very good and very handy to have salty snacks to keep your salt levels up, which consequently will give you energy and stop your muscles from cramping if you're doing exercise. The best one for a ketogenic diet is macadamia nuts because of the high fat content. So the golden child of nuts for keto is macadamia nuts. One thing I do is go to the supermarket, and this probably will help someone like myself who's got a busy lifestyle who doesn't have time to prep. So I'll get myself a salad bowl, I'll get myself a whole avocado. I'll always make sure that I've got a knife and fork in the car as well, or wherever I am, so I can chop up the avocado. I'll get some chicken thighs, and that will be a typical lunch for me when I'm out and about. Also, if I were to go to a Turkish restaurant, I'll be getting a lamb shish kebab. Of course, have no pita bread because that's a dreaded carb, but I'd help myself to a nice big salad, put lashings of olive oil on it, and of course that's going to be sticking to my macro ratio. A lot of my clients, I get them drinking bulletproof coffees, and some of them think, oh my God, how am I going to make a bulletproof coffee when I'm on holiday, when I'm abroad on business trips, etc., etc. I tell them, buy yourself a PROMiXX. This is what I have. I take my butter, put it in a Tupperware box. I've got my coconut oil in the jar, I've got my coffee, got my Truvia, and I've got my PROMiXX. And any hotel in the world will have a hot water kettle, so you can have your hot water. And first thing in the morning, I'll be dishing out my butter, coconut oil, my coffee, put my hot water in, my PROMiXX, and of course, let the PROMiXX do its magic. Hey presto, I've got my bulletproof coffee every morning without fail. Alcohol, everyone loves alcohol. That's the number one question I get asked from anyone that I do a diet plan for. I expect them to say, oh Dan, but can I eat some steak or can I eat some pasta? And the first thing they say is, what about booze? How much booze can I drink? Sadly for us, for all of us, the more alcohol you drink, the lower your testosterone levels will go, and the higher your estrogen levels will go. And it's important as well, a lot of women are frightened of anything that's going to boost testosterone levels, but testosterone is very important as a balance in men and women. So it's good for women to have a small amount of testosterone running around their body to help them keep lean, keep them strong, keep their bones strong as well. Now the problem with alcohol is going to negate any benefits that you get from going to the gym and raising testosterone levels. One thing to remember about alcohol as well, if you have 1 gram of alcohol, that's going to give you 7 calories. Now, if you imagine you're going to get 7 calories from every gram of alcohol, it's wasted calories. And wasted calories will amount to, unfortunately for us, body fat. One question that a lot of people do ask me though is, if I can drink, what would be the best drink to have? Me personally, I would choose a gin and slimline tonic. We're talking about 40, 50 calories, which is very little. Now, if you compare that to 1 pint of beer, which could be anything from 200 to 300 calories, you could have 6 gin and tonics to 1 pint of beer. If you can't have that, vodka lime and soda would be a better alternative. Vodka with cranberry juice light is also something that's quite low in calories. Even if you can't get hold of that, white wine, red wine would be far, far better than drinking gallons of beer. So if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to click subscribe and give us a thumbs up.